We are revisiting the essay coin dungeon because there is a method to turn this 100% of the time without any RNG. Now I know this is already a known thing, I think since level 90, so it's not anything new. Obviously it's a little more accessible now that it's level 100 is available, and you might have better gear for a lot of people, but the team is Christmasilia, Keo, and Halloween Roxy. With this team, they have two very strong AoEs, and then, or not two, three strong AoEs and three strong single targets. Now with Red Daniluz in the back, that's what makes it all possible if you don't know what she does. Her passive basically lets any unit do massive damage in the time limit dungeon, which is anything that requires an hourglass to open. The niche is that it requires the enemy requires a HP buff, but that's currently active passively in the coin dungeon and the anvil dungeon, so you don't really have to worry about it. Lilia really wants her relic here because Keo obviously is dropping a ton of debuffs, so she's going to get a lot of stats off of his ignites, and then Roxy is going to have green Sariel, so that's going to be an extra debuff. It's not 100% necessary if you already have the team built well enough. You don't really need the Sariel link. But if you're missing something about the team, like for example Keo Relic, then having the Sariel link is going to be that much more important. And then second is Keo, like I mentioned, he's going to be dropping a ton of ignites. It's going to increase damage dealt, decrease damage taken. That part doesn't really matter. And then Roxy, since it's a full human team, her stats are boosted just enough to be able to do the damage that we're looking for. So on the first turn that you're going to see here against these little bugs, you're going to obviously triple AoE. You're going to see huge amounts of damage, and it's going to take just these three skills to finish them off. If you don't get a chest here like that, then I would go ahead and reset. Now obviously attack crit damage is going to be the gear to use, but I have really shitty gear here, and can't really put the crit damage pieces in the right spot, so that would kind of just mess up the whole thing. So running attack defense, that also just shows you don't need the extra damage from crit damage. But like I mentioned before, if there's something about the team that you're missing, then you're going to want to be able to squeeze out as much damage as possible. Now we also have the single target, actually it's not single target, it is an all stat increase for the 7 catastrophes, so it's going to be Lilia and Roxy here. I think at this point now with level 100, it's not really needed. I think you can get by using the 5% all damage increase, the Holy Knight set, so that should work fine. And then we do have attack food to boost, obviously, our attack. So once we finally can clear the first wave without having to reset, oh yeah, always reset, I mentioned that earlier, but if you don't reset, you know, you're really wasting the hourglass. You definitely want to, because you can at least guarantee 24 coins, you know, 2 for every run. And the cap is much higher on stage 3, so obviously we have better chances of getting, I would say on average, about 30 coins. So once you finally clear the insect wave, you're finally going to come to the boss wave. Obviously we're just going to single target attack. We're using these same skills that we started the match with. We don't need any merges, we don't need any additional single targets because one sucks or anything like that. I know there's a couple teams that already exist, but those exact clauses apply to them, so they aren't as consistent as this team. But if you guys liked it, drop a thumbie, maybe so if you're into that, and I'll see you in the next one.